main character is a vampire girl named Celine. She is watching a guy named Michael. But not only Celine is interested in Michael, but the Lycan wolves are also looking for him. Michael's blood is special. They come to the subway and Celine sees Michael for the first time. There was a guy named Raze in the Lycan group. He sensed the vampires coming and screamed. A war breaks out between them. Michael runs away. In the middle of the firefight, Raze and one vampire fight each other. Raze suddenly turns into a wolf and attacks the vampire. Michael is chased by several wolves. Some of them even chase Celine. Then, Celine finds where they live. Two Lycans are fighting each other. Then Lucian, the head of the Lycans, comes in with a gun in his hand and scolds them, saying you're killing each other. Then he looks at the two Lycans fighting and tells them to come to their senses. Celine, at this time, comes to where the vampires live and tells them they need to be prepared. Here, the boss is a vampire named Craven. Celine tells them that she saw several Lycans in the tunnel, maybe more. Craven tells her that they killed them all. A guy named Khan also confirms that Craven is right. They don't believe what Celine says, but they say they should check it out. Celine goes into the room and looks at the cameras on the computer. She sees Michael coming. Celine sees her. A girl named Erica comes up. Then Craven comes in. Celine shows this guy to Craven, saying that this guy has something important. Otherwise, why are the Lycans looking for him? Craven responds by telling her that the Lycans are wolves, that it's just for food. There's someone in the lab where the Lycans used to go. He's doing research. Lucian comes up and asks if there are any results. He says it doesn't fit. He points to Michael Corwin behind him. A Lycan named Raze has brought someone with him. He approaches Lucian and says they lost him. There are wounds on Raze's body too. The researcher takes a bullet from a man lying down. Lucian asks if vampires have seen you. Raze says no. The researcher tested the blood of the man lying there, but it wasn't him. Lucian gets angry and says he will have to do it all himself again. There is a meeting at the big vampire palace. Erica goes to Craven and tells him that Celine is gone. Celine leaves in a car. She goes to Michael's house and starts going through his things. Meanwhile, Michael goes home. Celine grabs him. She then asks why the Lycans are looking for him. Suddenly, there is the sound of Lycans coming from upstairs. Michael runs away. Celine goes to shoot them. Michael enters the elevator, and when the door opens, Lucian appears. Then Lucian enters the elevator and bites Michael. Celine drags Michael away, and Lucian takes the blood out of his mouth and pours it into a small bowl. Then Lucian screams and pulls out the bullets that are in his body, and Celine puts Michael in the car and drives away. Lucian chases after him, jumps on the roof of the car, pulls out his sword, and then stabs Celine. Celine stops abruptly, but Lucian flies up and lands on his feet. Michael Corwin looks at Celine and sees the bleeding. He says he needs to stop the bleeding, but Celine doesn't care. As a result, their car flips over and falls into the water. Then Michael pulls Celine out of the water. Lucian brings the container of blood to his doctor. The doctor asks if he's really selective. What will he do? Lucian tells him that he bit him, and in 2 days Michael should come himself. And Michael, who was bitten in the neck, now starts dreaming Lucian's story. He wakes up. Celine's sitting next to him. Celine's brought her home. Erica comes over and says Craven's calling her. Craven's angry. He scolds Celine. Erica looks at Michael in the room and sees a tooth mark. Michael wakes up and jumps out of the window in panic. Suddenly, he sees Lucian's story again. Michael runs away. Craven and Celine come into the room. Craven gets angry and tells Erica to leave. Then he gives Celine a slap on the wrist. Craven meets Lucian after a while. He tells Lucian that this is not what they agreed. Lucian grabs him and tells him to leave this man Michael to them. Lucian tells him that he did his duty and to remember that he spilled blood for him. Craven leaves. Celine goes into her house and starts looking through old books. Lucian's life is also written there, and there's a sign. Celine sees the same mark on Lucian's neck. Michael goes to his friend and tells him he's been bitten. Then the friend, saying that he will be right there, calls 2 officers from the police. When Michael sees them, he runs away, and Celine stands in front of the mirror and says that she decided to wake up the old vampire. She goes to the guard and says that Khan is calling him. As soon as the guard leaves, Celine takes out a standing coffin. Her boss Victor is inside. Celine sucks the blood from her hand and pours it over Victor's body. His internal organs start to move. Then he brings a lot of blood and drains it over his body. At this time, Michael comes to Celine's house. Carvin is watching through the camera. Celine walks up to him. He asks if it's Michael. Celine tells Michael she's coming out. Carvin threatens Celine that if she comes in, she'll never come back. Celine responds to him, says it's better to ask Victor. Celine and Michael leave. Craven starts looking for Victor. Erica arrives. She says that Celine supposedly didn't listen to him. Suddenly, Victor pops up. Victor tells Erica to leave. He tells Craven to find Celine and find out why she woke him up. Then Victor tells Craven that he is weak, that he got Celine's idea. Next he tells him to call Marcus, but Craven says that Marcus is still asleep, that Victor was woken up early. Victor is angry about this. Craven leaves and asks Erica to come over to talk. Celine and Michael come to the apartment. Lucian. Celine ties Michael up and gives him a gun. He leaves her saying that if he becomes a wolf, he should calm himself. Celine comes home. Craven scolds her and tells her what she's done. Celine approaches Victor. Craven, who follows him, can't get in. Celine tells Victor what's going on. She says Lucian is alive, that she saw him with her own eyes. But Victor doesn't believe her, saying she's young and out of order. He says she should have woken Marcus first, but Celine asks for proof. Victor tells her that she broke the rules, that she will be punished, and Craven will take care of the preparations. Craven and Khan go to meet Amelia with their men. The train stops and a woman named Amelia arrives. She is the eldest of the clan. At one point, the Lycans come roaring in and kill them all, and the men Craven sent just watch. Craven did it on purpose, and Erica helps Celine and gives her the car keys to escape from the house. Celine goes to Michael's house. Suddenly, Lucian's men arrive. Here, Michael's extra power appears, and he jumps out of the window without realizing it. The Lycans, who pretended to be the police, catch him and take him away. They stop the car and give him a shot of sedative. Victor gets dressed and comes to his senses. At some point, Celine brings in an injured doctor. Then she tells him to tell the truth. The doctor starts talking. A man named Corvinus had 2 sons. One was bitten by a wolf and the other by a bat. Now we know that Michael Corvinus was their descendant. He says he has special blood. So far, we have caught many people with the name Corvinus and tested their blood, but all to no avail. Only Michael's blood is suitable. At this point, Victor shows Marcus sleeping and says he sees him as a true descendant of Corvinus. The doctor says, yes, that's true, but we were looking for Lycans, not vampires. Lucian tested him in his own blood. Victor says Lucian is dead, but this doctor says that's a lie and that Lucian is alive. Victor notices Craven is gone. Victor says Craven will answer. The doctor says repeatedly that if Michael is bitten by a long-lived vampire, he will become half vampire, half lizard. At one point, Khan comes up and says all their guests are dead, including Amelia. The doctor starts laughing. Victor kills him. Then he apologizes to Celine for not believing her. Then he says her punishment will stop if she kills Michael, the descendant of Corvinus. Victor leaves. Michael is dead. Lucian's beside him. He apologizes to Michael. Then he introduces himself. Michael says he has to leave, but Lucian tells him he's a wolf now. Lucian starts to take his blood. Michael tells him he wants to be part of their war. Suddenly, he sees a mark on Lucian's chest and remembers seeing it in a dream. Lucian fell in love with Victor's daughter while Lucian was Victor's slave. Victor got angry and burned his daughter in the sun in front of Lucian. And when he removed the amulet from his daughter's neck, the moon appeared. Lucian turned into a wolf and took the amulet. Michael woke up and tells Lucian that they made you watch Sonia's death. And from then on, the war started. Lucian tells him that they were their slaves and he fell in love with the vampire's daughter, and Victor couldn't stand it. He killed his own daughter. Lucian says he started the war. At some point, Lucian's men arrive and say they have company. It turns out Craven has come. They talk privately. Meanwhile, Khan and his men have arrived. Celine has also arrived. Lucian, who heard the sound, is about to leave. But Craven is shot from behind. After a while, his right-hand man, Raze, arrives. He gets sad. Then he notices some vampires and runs there. On the way, he catches one vampire. Raze starts to turn into a Lycan and eats him. Lucian is wounded, but still alive. Lycan appears where Michael was tied up. Celine shoots it and frees Michael. Lucian sees Michael and Celine and remembers his love. Lycan comes to meet Victor, but Victor kills it. Victor turns out to be strong. Celine and Michael are about to leave when Craven grabs Michael. Then he tells Celine to go with him. Celine responds by saying that Victor will come and show him. Then Craven says that he will tell Victor the bitter truth. He says that Victor killed her family. When it was her turn to be killed, he remembered his daughter who looked like her and kept her alive. Celine doesn't believe him, saying it's a lie. Craven says he doesn't care. As Craven was about to kill Michael, Lucian appears from behind and plunges a dagger into Craven's leg. Craven shoots him. Lucian looks at Celine and tells her that she bit Michael. Celine remembers what the doctor said. Celine finally bites Michael and sucks his blood. And Craven looks at Lucian. Lucian tells Craven that even if he kills him, his dream remains. Craven kills Lucian. Then he sees Victor and runs away. Victor comes and takes Celine away from Michael. Then Victor grabs Michael and throws him. Then when Victor approaches Celine, he tells her that he killed her parents. Victor admits it and says he's given her a new life, and Michael transforms into another form. Half vampire, half wolf. Victor removes his daughter's amulet from Lucian's neck. Victor says he killed his daughter to keep his clan pure. Suddenly, Michael appears. They start fighting. They fight for a while. Michael passes out and falls. Then Celine flies over and stabs Victor with her sword. His head splits off and falls to the ground. Then Michael gets up. At this time, all the Lycans hide from him. Michael regains consciousness, and the blood of the dead doctor is infused into the body of the sleeping Marcus. He opens his eyes. That's how the movie ends.